Hey everybody, it's Rockula and welcome back to Rockula Retrospective. Today is the third installment of my VEDA series, 30 Bands in 30 Days. I'm doing a vlog every day in April and today's vlog is The Beastie Boys. My first two reviews on Alice Cooper and the Bad Brains were focused mostly on their musical impact on my life. But for the next review, I want to focus on a band with a philosophical as well as a musical influence. That would be the Beastie Boys. This review is not going to be an album recap because that would take a million years to do and it would be 3 hours long. The sheer amount of information being fed to you coming from a million different tangents, the endless pop culture references both in the samples and lyrics, the blending of every conceivable influence with a crunchy but sweet hip-hop center. Without a doubt, the Beastie Boys are one of the most well-rounded bands on this list. And yes, they are a band. This is me in 1987. The Beastie Boys released License to Ill in late 1986. Needless to say, I didn't identify with them, but you know who did identify with them? All of the obnoxious jocks and future frat boys that I disliked at school. Also, being a drummer, I was incredibly biased against any kind of music that used a drum machine. I did not consider that to be real music, and the Beastie Boys certainly were not real musicians. That attitude stuck with me until around 1991. My friends and I were exploring the new funk vein that was running through alternative music at the time. They all kept talking about the Beastie Boys' new album. My response was, I hate those frat boy dicks. I even saw the Hey Ladies video on MTV, but was still stuck in my old ways of thinking, so I dismissed it immediately. It wasn't until a road trip to Austin that I started to understand what this band had become. Luckily, I stopped at a pawn shop to find some new tapes for the road trip, and that's when I found Paul's Boutique for $3. I popped it into the tape deck just after getting kolaches at the check stop and was amazed at what I heard. Since then, I have bought and listened extensively to every album they have put out, up until To the Five Boroughs. There is no reason why you should not own all of these albums. Of course, there are things I didn't like and some things I just didn't embrace. Some old bullshit. This is a collection of recordings from the Beastie Boys in their punk days. I think I may have listened to this album once. All other times were when one of these songs came up on random while I was listening to my Beastie Boys catalog. It's interesting to hear them as snot-nosed teenage punks, but maybe only once. The Mix-Up. This is a collection of instrumental tracks. Every album since Check Your Head has had a couple of instrumentals and they fit well into the format. However, I am not as big of a fan of an entire album of instrumentals and didn't make it all the way through. They were poised to release the album The Hot Sauce Committee, but MCA died. I have not given that material a listen, but now is a good time to go do so. Overall, I would say that the biggest impact that the Beastie Boys had on me was showing me that you can start out your creative career as one thing, but morph into what you eventually want to become. All it takes is determination and a mind that is open to all kinds of possibilities. Every time I make a step forward in my musical evolution, I thank the Beastie Boys for showing me the way. That's my review on the Beastie Boys. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. But most of all, I would like for you to post in the comments below what your feelings are about the Beastie Boys and how they impacted your life. Thanks for checking out my VEDA day number 3. Tomorrow for day number 4 is Black Sabbath. I'm Rockula, and this is Rockula Retrospective.